let's get into our next story, moving on to NIL deals. Stefan, take it away.
Thank you, guys. For years, student athletes have built brands and images to rival even those of professional athletes. The introduction of NIL, name, image, and likeness deals for the collegiate athletes started in the summer of 2021 and has taken the sport in a contrasting direction. While allowing younger athletes to take care of their families from an earlier age and break the monopoly of financial gain going to majority of these big schools, NIL has been a major factor in deciding a player's future. However, in the news recently is Nico Iamaleava, former Tennessee quarterback who reportedly asked for a 100% pay increase to rival those of the biggest programs in all of college football. According to reports, Iamaleava was making around $2 million annually, ranking him in the top 25 of collegiate athletes. Some would say be content, grateful for what you've earned. Others will argue he deserved it, only losing 3 games in his collegiate career while playing in a team that relied heavily on a strong run game and a strong defense. Nico still managed to show flashes of brilliance with what recruiters raved as, quote, elite physical tools and one of the highest ceilings in all of college football. This has led me to a bigger question though. Are NIL deals ruining collegiate sports? I'd say no for a variety of reasons. Firstly, the amount of money collegiate sports makes rivals that of professional leagues. ESPN reported that the NCAA generated $1.3 billion in the 22-23 season. That's just shy of professional soccer league, Ligue 1, the top division in France, which generated $2.6 billion, and as well as global brand WWE during that same period. Now, I think it's fair that students who bring something to the table in terms of talents contribute significantly to the revenue should receive compensation for it. Now, secondly, players are getting paid as early as 14 years old. Kevin Sullivan made his debut at 14 years old for the Philadelphia Union in July of 2024, already making 6 figures, earning him the highest homegrown contract in Major League Soccer history. Many other young soccer stars and sports stars across the world have been compensated at a young age and continue to have the drive to go on and become professionals, a common criticism aimed at young players. Take Luka Doncic, for example, a player who was a young childhood prodigy and continues to play at the highest level today. Finally, the biggest argument against NIL deals is that the children might get, quote, money hungry, similar to how the story is painted about Nico. Now I counter with this. Bad negotiations and decisions happen in all fields of expertise. Take Stephen A, for example, one of the most recognizable faces in sports media today. He openly speaks about his initial departure from ESPN, where he cites poor understanding of his numbers for negotiations. Smith learned from that experience and has now signed a deal worth over $100 million, according to reports, with the very same ESPN. Now, I don't know what the future holds for Nico or for collegiate athletes in general, but what I do know is the significance and effort it took to garner this privilege should be treated respectfully and with the logic it deserves. It's giving young athletes the appreciation of their services and for their abilities, as well as allowing them to make good or bad decisions with the space to grow and develop. I mean, wouldn't you want to feel appreciated too? Back to you guys.
I certainly would like to feel appreciated.
Yeah.
That was a really good story. The one thing that I would want to kind of ask you about is, do you think that these big NIL deals that are now being given out by schools, do you think they benefit the larger schools in general?
Absolutely. The bigger the school, the more money they can give to a player. And I think the better the player, the more money they can get from these schools, which will ultimately build a bidding war. So I think ultimately there's a business for it, and that's a part of the business. That's what happens.
That's fair enough.
That's fair. I mean, that's a great way to put it. But